I started to vibe code last September, and here's how much money I made and how much money I spent on AA tokens. All right, so it's been almost 7 months since I started um, building new apps. I was super bored with FounderPal, and this is currently my progress. So in total, I have 5 projects that I have launched. As you can see, almost all of them made money. I have one project which I'm, super not happy about, called Activation Pal, and in total they generated 5K in revenue, such a nice milestone. And yeah, super happy about this. And in total I spent $800 on all AA tokens. You see that cursor cost is insane, and I will have an explanation for it. But yeah, let's kind of I will give you a timeline. So the first project that I launched, and that to this date has the biggest revenue, is Lead Magnet Examples. I wanted to do something on one hand simple, on the other hand something that I have some expertise about, and that was free tools for SEO. And that's basically a database of good keywords that you should probably target if you want to get traffic. So a fairly simple tool. The pricing is $19 for lifetime access. I maybe spent around week, maybe 10 days on getting data, because I was familiar with Data for SEO API, and building UI. I think building UI was the hardest thing. I mean, vibe coding UI, because I didn't know what was going on. And there are like a lot of things when you have large databases. And this is not the big database, but it has some data. I'm super happy that this project made money, and kind of it fueled my interest in vibe coding. And it was such a simple but kind of smart project, also good domain. I really liked this, but it didn't have any long-term strategy. I tried to do some SEO for this page, but like overall it kind of makes maybe a new sale every other week, but that's it. And the most sales just they're flat now. And that was the moment I thought to myself, okay, I need a new project, I need something big. And that was my mistake number one. I thought to myself, I need to build something big. That was a terrible mistake. And that's how Activation Pal was born, a project that I spent most of the time, most of these tokens I spent on Activation Pal, and it made $0, which is extremely frustrating. But it was probably the final um, lesson about not building those zero MRR SaaS. Overall, it started as kind of a theorem for SaaS, an idea that I had for a long time, because a lot of these things I built for FounderPal, and that was kind of like, maybe I should do it for other people. And then I realized like nobody really cares. I tried to pivot it first into more analytics. Again, kind of nobody cared, and then into like churn emails, and that was like a final moment, like nobody cared at all. It was also bad timing. Like I think I launched in late November, early December. Nobody cared. So everything went wrong with this project. It made $0. Um, yeah, I also had a free plan, which is terrible. I tried subscriptions. I really wanted to start working on something, but yeah. So Activation Pal made $0. I spent in total 3 months building it. I think like maybe 2 months kind of in stealth, which is mistake number, I don't know, number 5 at this point. And then like 1 month pivoting it. It ate a lot of tokens because it's kind of very heavy project in terms of scripts and backend logic. And yeah, like I at this moment I was on Cursor. I think they call like Ultra Plan, which is $200, and in 3 months I spent $600 there. And it's super expensive, and they didn't have Composer back in the day, so you kind of just use Cloud, because I didn't want to use Cloud Code and Terminal, which was another mistake. So many mistakes with Activation Pal. I don't even know what good happened with Activation Pal. I cannot really tell you. So that was like terrible. I was extremely depressed at this moment, and I just because that was the second moment I built the zero MRR SaaS. So I wanted to change dramatically, and I started to build iOS apps. Again, Vibe Code, simple utility apps, something like keep score during your tennis matches, or iRest reminders to just to look away from your laptop. And I mean, they are the smallest here, but there are mm, a lot of good things. First, they are growing. So unlike Lead Magnet Examples, which is flat, like every sale every other week, it iOS app get sales every day. They're growing super good. And I don't really do a lot of things for them. I mean, I build new apps, but they because they're simple, I don't need to constantly add stuff. When I launch app, it's like 95% ready. Maybe I will add a few things, maybe tweak pricing, but that's it. So even though they're the smallest, I mean, they have at this moment maybe second best to have long-term revenue. And they was super fun. Honestly, I just had a lot of fun compared to this monstrosity, which wasn't fun at all because it's just, oh, let's, have a lot of decision about how we like have our backend to connect with Stripe properly. Oh, that was terrible. I will even close this step. I hate this project so much. So iOS apps was this moment. I was building them. At some moment, I got a little bit bored and I decided to do something for fun. Honestly, that was a Dan recommends a project that made in total more than 1K in revenue. And I mean, honestly, it's great. It's a great project, which is very simple. You want when people Google like Clipspell review, you want to have a good review there. And to have it, you can post a page yourself. You can wait years for someone to create this review for your business, or you could just buy this review, which you will basically get a complimentary review. And a lot of people bought them. And I mean, that was super easy money. I spent like 2 hours vibe coding this. AI decided to vibe code in TypeScript. I didn't correct it. I was like, okay. And I mean, it's just fun. I had a fun evening, made some money. The sales are kind of as lead magnet examples, every other week at this moment. Maybe I need to do something to kind of, I think I will do it to have more SEO traffic since that was the project is about. I think it got some validation, just need to do more things. Again, Dan Recommends was born as I was just bored with iOS apps at this moment. I wanted to do something. And the thing that is super new is Clipspell, which I launched 1 week ago. And this was born as an internal tool to grow my iOS apps. And these are the videos I created for my iOS apps. You can see this video went super viral. It got at this moment like 160,000 views. And the thing is, with iOS apps, what I rely right now is App Store optimization, which is like SEO, but in App Store, which is super long term. You need to wait. You need to have good products, a lot of reviews, but that's like a long term thing. And second is, um, I want to create short format videos that hopefully go viral, and they're like, here's an app. And we started doing it ourselves. Then we realized, maybe we need to try to automate it with AI, and that's how Clipspell was born. Um, Again, as an internal tool, already made almost 1K. Hopefully today it will break it. And yeah, I mean, not the biggest right now, but it already has 850 MRR, which is super cool. I mean, Activation Bell had zero, and all of those don't have MRR per se. Like iOS apps obviously have, monthly annual subscription, but yeah. So 5K in total revenue. I mean, probably, not the biggest number, but if we compare this to zero that I had like, 6 months ago, because I didn't know how to code apps, and I previously only had no code apps or services or digital products. I mean that I treat this as a win for sure. In terms of costs on AI tokens, I deeply regret being on ultra plan on Cursor. It's not worth it. I mean, yeah, absolutely. It was a terrible decision. I'm super happy I decided to cancel it. It's just not worth it. First of all, you spend too much time vibe coding. You don't spend enough time doing marketing, doing research, doing design, talking to customers. I think it's just the wrong focus. It's you very likely you don't have that much things to build. Probably you are hiding in code, and that was exactly this thing happened with me with Activation Bell. Last 2 months, I switched to Codex and Cloud Code, which are both $20 per month, so I pay $40 instead of 200. I think I have a lot of usage. Like I rarely feel that, I'm limited. I feel like I always have some usage there or there. But it's not that big, so I'm forced to do marketing, to do research, to think, and not just, oh, let's build a feature nobody asked for. So $40 per month, I think is a super good deal. And yeah, obviously I have some things like Supabase, Vercel, but I kind of don't, count them here, and they are not that significant. I mean, the biggest one is Cursor. So yeah, hopefully this new project will break 1K today. and hopefully iOS apps will catch up, and I will show a different table when I hit 10K. I'm pretty sure this will to be bigger, but maybe I will launch something else too. So yeah, if that gave you a push to do some vibe coding, sure, I hope it is. Pick Cloud Code or Codex. I would personally, like, if you don't have yet, I would pick Cloud Code first, since I don't know, it feels really great because it's capable in both backend and front end, and I feel like Codex is mostly a backend tool. So yeah, go vibe code an app today.